Hey, what's going on, everybody? Marvel Ranger here with another comic book haul video. So I got about 8 comic books here that I picked up this past Wednesday at my LCS, and then I got these 2 boxes from eBay. So we're gonna unbox these. I got 2 graded comic books that I'm gonna show y'all, and these are actually my first graded comic books that I ever purchased. So stay tuned. A little something, something, something. All right, first off, we have Firepower issue 6. This is from Image Comics. It's written by Robert Kirkman and drawn by Chris Samney. So this basically tells about a story of a character named Owen Johnson who's living a very normal life in America with a wife, and he has a couple kids. And that's all he wants. He just wants to live a very normal life. So prior to issue 1 of this story arc, there was a prelude that came out, and it basically tells what happened 15 years before this story arc, where he basically traveled to China, to a Shaolin temple to find out more information about his birth parents. And there he actually trains in the art of Kung Fu, and he gains this lost art of throwing fireballs. So in this story arc, so it takes place 15 years after, he's basically interrupted by his past. And so there's certain characters that was at that Shaolin temple where he was 15 years prior, and they come and visit him and they want him to come back. So it's a pretty interesting story so far. If you really want to get into this, I highly recommend getting the prelude. And this is where Owen Johnson travels to the Shaolin temple. And here's some of the art here. It's got a very unique look. Really like the colors. I wasn't too fond of the art at first, but then now I'm really digging it. And this is only $10. You know, most trade paperbacks this size are like $15. So I highly recommend this. This is, I read this first, and that's what really made me want to put this on my pull list. Alright, up next we have The Walking Dead Deluxe Issue 4. This is also written by Robert Kirkman and drawn by Tony Moore. And this is, if you don't know, The Walking Dead comic book run's been over since a while ago. And so they're actually reprinting these in a colored version. So I'm very happy about that because I wasn't collecting when the first run came out. So very pleased. I don't think I'm going to like the comic book run as much as I did with the TV series, but I'm still enjoying it, so that's awesome. Okay, up next we have one from DC Comics. We got Deceased Dead Planet issue 6, and this cover art is by Francesco Mattina. I've got to say, he's probably one of my favorite artists right now. Like, he's got a very unique style, and you can distinguish his work from other artists most of the time. As you can see, this is a zombified version of, I believe, Dr. Fate. I don't even know too much about that character. I know Mezco has a pre-order of this particular character named Dr. Fate in action figure form. So there we go. Let me know if you're a fan of Matina's work as well. Up next we have from Marvel, issue 7 of the Hellions run. Got a pretty funny cover of Mr. Sinister crying. He's on top of a grave. It says "Rip Hellions." So I heard the story arc takes place after the Ten of Swords event. So I'm not exactly sure what happens with the Hellions in that event. So maybe that has something to do with that. So definitely looking forward to reading that. Okay, so up next we have probably one of the hottest books right now. Definitely the hottest book of this week, I believe. It's called King in Black issue 1. So this basically starts the King in Black event in the Marvel Universe. So basically, this character named Noel, he is basically a god. He's the god of symbiotes, and he has just very overpowered powers. And he's now come to Earth, and he is ready to rule, conquer, and destroy. So I don't want to spoil anything, but I gotta say, I love this book so far. It's really it was really, it just gripped me the whole time. I was on the edge of my sofa, and it just had a really good flow to it. Donnie Cates does a fantastic job, and I believe the artwork inside is done by Ryan Stegman, who's also a very popular artist at the moment. But yeah, I'm really digging it so far. There's a lot of things that happen in this particular issue that's just makes you, it has the wow factor. Let's just say that. Regarding Null, we have a nullified variant here. This is Daredevil issue 25. I was really happy to get this cover here. My LCS was limiting this cover to one per customer. So this was actually the last one, so very happy about that. Very attractive looking cover. I don't even know who did it, but props to them. Okay, up next we have Thor issue 10, and this is another beautiful nullified variant. I mean, all of these look just so attractive. Very awesome. What do y'all think? I mean, let me know which one's your favorite nullified variant. I actually got one more here. It's the last one from this comic book haul from this past Wednesday. And yes, it's another nullified variant of Miles Morales. I'm actually not collecting this run, but this cover looked too freaking good, so I actually told my LCS about a month ago that I wanted this cover, and they hooked it up, so appreciate that. Oh man, let's actually take a look at all the nullified variants. There we go. Which one do y'all think is the most attractive? I mean, they all look freaking really nice. I don't know. It's got to be one of these two for me. All right, that's it with the comic book haul from this past Wednesday. Let's go ahead and do some unboxing, and I'll show y'all my first couple graded comic books. All right, so before we get to the graded comic books, let's go ahead and open this box, which contains 2 deluxe editions. And let's go ahead and get this out of the package. Alright, so as y'all saw, this was wrapped around with cardboard paper. It was like 10 foot long, so I had to throw that away, and I figured I might as well just cut that part out. But here we go. It's Paper Girls. This is book 1. And this is written by Brian K. Vaughan. And if you watched my first episode of the Comic Halls, then you know that I'm a huge fan of the book Saga. And that was definitely my favorite read of this year. So I just went ahead and bought this. I mean, it's got great reviews. I've only heard good things. My first impression wasn't that great. I didn't really like the art, but after finding out that Brian K. Vaughan wrote it, I just went all in. Well, not all in. I actually bought these 2 books. I think there's a third one that just recently came out. So definitely looking forward to reading this. There we go. There's the back. So this basically, I heard, is about some group of paper girls like in the 80s who basically time travels later in the book. So not exactly sure what's going to happen, but looking forward to it. If any of y'all read this, let me know, and let me know what y'all think about it. And here we have book 2 of Paper Girls. Very attractive looking covers. And it looks like they're on top of a huge robot here. That's interesting. It looks like they're going to travel to the future. I've got some interesting looking characters there. Very nice. All right, let's get to these graded books. All right, so I'm going to show y'all my first 2 slab comic books that I ever purchased in my life. They're both from eBay, and one is in this box here, which we're going to unbox here in a sec. And the other one I actually already unboxed like a week ago, so I'm going to go ahead and show y'all that one. And here it is, Ice Cream Man issue 20. And this is a variant cover. It's a homage to The Cat in the Hat, which is a story done by Dr. Seuss, which I'm sure many of y'all may know. Very awesome. So I actually signed up to get this issue at my LCS maybe like a couple days before it came out, so I was a bit too late. But definitely happy to have gotten this graded version. And it is a 9.8. Very awesome. One thing I noticed though, so I'm no professional grader or anything like that. I've never been. This is like when I received this. This was my first time ever being this close to a graded comic book. And I noticed that there's some flaws. And yes, it's not a 10 or anything, but still a 9.8 with this corner right there, as you can see. It's not exactly the sharpest corner there. So there as well. Like, I have a whole bunch of comic books that are in better shape than this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still in very good shape, but just the corners are not as sharp as I thought I was expecting for 9.8. But again, I'm no professional grader, so maybe I'm just being too picky. Have any of y'all run into that situation before? But yeah, I'm definitely still pleased with this purchase. No doubt. I'm just being, I guess, a little anal because I do like having everything extremely minty. And when I go pick up my books on Wednesdays, I always look at the corners most of the time. That's what I really look for. Very sharp corners. But anyways, that's that. All right, let's go ahead and unbox this one. All right, so I went ahead and just opened the box just to save y'all some time. And it came out like this. Okay. Here we go. We got another issue from Ice Cream Man. Oh, that's a dope cover. It's got the ice cream truck. It's a 9.8. Got a really good price on this one. Very awesome. I've read this story because I got a couple other variants for this version. But this one I have not read before. This is issue 2. I think the raw copy is going for like 20-30 bucks, something like that. And if you've actually been picking up the Ice Cream Man books, let me know what your thoughts. Let me know what's your favorite book so far, favorite issue. Mine's got to be, I think, the last issue, which was issue 21. It was definitely influenced by the Watchmen book. That one or issue, I believe it was 4. I forget. I mean, I got several issues, and they're all really, really good. Really awesome stories. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Ice Cream Man, I highly recommend at least just checking out one issue. You know, like I said, they're all just one shot, so it's not like you're going to be lost. You're not going to be, losing out or anything like that from the other issues. But yeah, very awesome. You know what? Let's take a closer look at the corner on this one. Again, I mean, it's not like a perfectly sharp corner, so I'm kind of surprised. That's 9.8. But I mean, I guess because the rest of the book is in extremely good condition. See that one right there? See, if I saw that when I'm picking up comic books, I would pass on it and look for one that's better. Let's check out this corner. That's pretty good. Nevertheless, I'm very happy. I mean, it says 9.8, so I should be okay with that. Shouldn't be too strict about it. But there we go, my first 2 slab comic books. I'm definitely going down a pretty dangerous rabbit hole. Oh yeah, so if any of y'all been collecting these slab comic books for quite a while, let me know if you got any tips or any advices for me, because I'm still new to this. And yeah, let me know if there's something I should avoid when I'm like making purchases of these on the internet, or should I be waiting to maybe go to like comic stores and comic cons to purchase these or whatnot. Would definitely be helpful. But yeah, let me know if any of y'all been enjoying any of these books, or let me know if you got any recommendations. Let me know your thoughts on the King in Black. I would love to know. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Of course, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Ranger out. Peace.